Our next comment comes in from Thousand White. Loretta, woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Let's cut to a clip.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Rainey hates me.
But she doesn't know me or Emily Lawler.
What is happening, Nerdtectives? Welcome back to another episode of Nerds at Night. I am your host, Blake Money Blake Weather. How is everybody doing out in podcast land? I normally am like, oh, it's been a week. I haven't seen you. We've seen each other quite some time this week, but it feels kind of fun, right? It feels kind of fun. We had the episode where I had my theory. We had a breakdown episode. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink some whiskey and I'm going to answer some of your questions. It's Thursday evening. What else am I going to do, right? Just hang out with y'all. And y'all are hearing this Friday. It's Friday. I'm just hanging out in your ear. Why not? But what are we doing? What are we talking about? Of course, you guys know what's coming because today we're talking all about. Of course, you knew that that's what we're doing, right? Cheers. Cheers to all of y'all, first of all. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. If you want to know what I'm drinking, not that it matters, but it is a Peerless Rye. It's phenomenal. If anybody out there is any sort of a whiskey drinker or anything like that, that just tastes like root beer, but with alcohol. Like it's got a lot of rootiness, a lot of caramel. It's very sweet, but it's all natural. It's all natural. It's all out of the barrel. I absolutely love it. It's a great go-to. And what better one of my go-tos to go to as I'm reading everybody's comments. And I want to thank everybody for all the great feedback. I left it up to y'all to ask, should I do, multiple episodes? Should I read, should I do the breakdown? Should I read the comments in a different one? And everybody so far has been like, dude, let's go. Like, give me more. Why do y'all want to hear me talk? I'm not that funny. I'm not that funny. I'm not that entertaining. I don't know why y'all like listening to me, but I like hanging out with y'all. That's the good part about this. I love hanging out with y'all. I love interacting with y'all. And I can't wait to get into some of y'all's comments. I don't know. I got like a couple, like I probably have, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, something like that. I pulled like a nice number. A lot of them were from this recent breakdown video, just so it's relevant, just so we're having some like relevant questions and we're not having to revisit things that like we're like, well, we already got that answered in the last episode. I only felt like that was right. So all of these are exclusively from the newest breakdown video that I dropped today, and we're just going to go through them, and it's just going to be me. It's just going to be y'all's comments, and I think we're going to have a fun time. So if you're on like the drive to work, if you're on break, if you're like listening while you're doing some work, that's perfect. You just get to hear me read comments, answer questions, and maybe you're like, ooh, yeah, that's a good thought. Or like you hear a thought and then you're like, oh, wait. It makes me think of this thing. And then you come back and write oh my God, I love that. I love that because that's what I do. I re-listen to the episodes and I re-listen to like, I'm like, I did say that, but like that was this comment. It makes me think about this. And I'm like, oh, geez, like there's this whole concept. Or I watch a lot of people's videos. And I'm not a hater on anybody's content. I think everybody has a place, in this, YouTube sphere. And it has a place to do content, whether they're reviewing, guessing, whether, it's either a little AI robot, whatever. Everybody's got a place. But we all know where to gather if we want to get some questions asked and answered. And it's here. So without further ado, let's get into some comments. Our first comment comes in from World of Shameology. They said in the first episode, when the trio go to meet Sophia, her sons catch them and narrate a story where there's a person who declines an opportunity offered by the mob. And then the mob burnt that person's house. I think they're alluding to the fact that Loretta's house got burned down in this last episode. And a lot of the comments, a lot of the sentiment seems like this was on purpose. Like, why else would they show us this? Like, why else would it be a focal point, right? When I first watched this episode, again, I didn't think much of it. I honestly thought that, like, I'm like, oh, like her house got burned down. Like, they're just showing us that so that way when Loretta goes to Oliver, it's like, we know that her house got burned down and she had that opera record that the other two widows had, right? Like, I just thought that that was a connection point. But you guys, the more and more you guys are talking in the comments, you know, making me think. It's making me think. I thought maybe originally Camilla maybe burned her house down because, like, you know, she knew from Oliver that, like, that Loretta didn't live there, so she could have looked it up. But, like, the mob, bro, the mob is a good I like that. That's a nice thought, right? The mob burns her house down. But, like, how do they know where she lives? You know, that's always the thing. When there's an attack on a person, how do they know where this person lives? They could look it up, I guess, but, like, how would they know? Like, how do they know? Like, I don't know. That's the part that I want answered. But, like, what a great connection. We're starting off with fire today. What a great call out right there. Our next comment comes in from Kathy Stevens 5167. Was hoping for more quote discoveries on the Lester garbage portrait. Yeah, me too. Like, I was hoping that, like, we got some, like, clues, some more clues, like, not just like throwaway lines that ended up being like big clues, but like in our face, like, give me what you got, clues, right? And there was none of that actually, like, in this episode. There wasn't a whole bunch of that. Like, everything was sort of subtle, and it was sort of like, oh, well, it's deduction, deductive reasoning, right? But, like, they didn't return to the portrait in this one. I'm hoping in the next two episodes, like, somebody pulls something off, somebody sees something, and they're like, oh my goodness, this connects to this, and they go to the point and they're like, oh my goodness, here's the case, right? Like, I'm hoping for something like that. But yeah, they didn't do that. So let's see if they come back to it. Our next comment comes in from Pat Zumach 3425. Was anyone able to screenshot the After You poem? I have a feeling it holds a lot of clues. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of y'all in the comments talk about, like, this poem may have a lot of clues that sort of like unfolds or foretells of, like, what we could expect for the killer, or, like, you know, maybe there's some foreshadowing going on. I wouldn't be opposed to it if somebody has the full poem and wants to post it in the comments. And maybe, like, you know, I see all of y'all interacting. Maybe if some of y'all want to go in and sort of pick and poke and, like, grab this line, that line, there might be some connection points. I like that. I like that you brought that up. That's a good comment right there. Our next comment comes in from Jen M1. Thanks for the company. Heart, I'm putting off writing a paper right now. Well, glad you can hang out with us. I'm happy to be a happy distraction. And I think all of us are, right? Like, why not? Like, the world's too crazy. Life's too crazy. Take a breather, take a break. Glad everybody feels like this is a good place to hang out. So great comment right there. Ooh, we got a fat one here. This is gonna be a good one. Y'all strap in. It's gonna be a lengthy one, but it's gonna be a good one. This comment comes in from F Bueller 13. Great episode and great job breaking it all down. I do have a few comments for you to think about, though, and I don't want to muddy up the suspect board, but maybe have some additions. Possibly consider adding Ursula to the suspect board, as she knew about the casino, and maybe the white residue on Nikki's sleeve is from gut milk, as that stuff is toxic. Also, maybe adding Jose the Super, as he would have access to get into all the apartments. I know there's a theory about the robot, but all the apartment doors seem to still be entry, so not sure how the robot could get into all the apartments. Also, might be a stretch that the robot could access the elevator into the apartment, open the freezer, unscrew the mug, retrieve the finger, and leave everything how it's found. This robot appears to be more informational than a robot that could perform human-related tasks. I also wouldn't completely rule out any of the other help staff, as they could have a connection here. Finally, I think the realty agent is suspicious, but could just be a red herring. Seems odd the person they cast for this part, though, almost like the show writers wanted to drop a clue about the mob involvement, as that is the appearance he's giving. Sorry this was long, but those are my initial thoughts, and looking forward to your comment video tomorrow. Well, you made the cut, F Bueller 13. So this was good. And this is interesting. Like, I have thought about adding Ursula, and I think if we see her again, I'm happy to add her. I have heard some people say maybe it's the gut milk, the pills. Maybe they made it on to Nikki, you know, his the tuxedo, whatever he was wearing. I do want to say this, though, about the rest of the service team. What we have to remember is this is a murder mystery. And in murder mysteries, you're introduced to your killer in the first third of the show, of the movie, of the book, of whatever. And the first third would be at most 3.5 episodes. maybe 4 if you're stretching it. But I think in the first 3 episodes, we've met our killer. And all the rest of the episodes they're just bringing them back and returning them. And we're like, oh, there's that person again, or there's that person again. That's all that the rest of a murder mystery is meant to do. First act, you introduce your killer somewhere, you sprinkle them in. You can't be bringing them in no second half. Not you can't be bringing them in the middle. I don't think it's Jose. I don't think it's any of the service team that we met. If we didn't meet him past, let's say, episode 4, that's my cutoff. If we didn't see him, if we didn't meet him, if we didn't, interact with them, it's not them. It's just not them, right? So and that's just a rule. That's just an overarching rule. And John Hoffman, who, is writer of the show, director, like creator, whatever, he seems to be respectful of the murder mystery rules. So I think he would stick to it when it comes to something like this. But yeah, it's a good thought, right? Like, because like the robot couldn't get in, like maybe he could have. He does have arms. He does have hands. We don't all know what he's capable of. Like, to be quite honest, like to dismiss him is to say like we figured it out already. And I don't think we have. That's why I moved him up this week. Like, I know maybe it's silly. Maybe we'll look back and I'll be like, that's so silly, right? Y'all let me do this. But also, we have to be suspicious until further notice. We have, so I love Ursula. If I see her again, she's going on the board because we saw her in the funeral episode, episode 1. We saw her in the service episode. What was it, episode 5? Right? We've seen her twice. If I see her again, you're going on the board because you know a lot, right? Like, she knows about the casino. But she knows she doesn't belong there. Like, she's trying to get a job there, right? So like, I don't know. It's really good thoughts right here. And I like the realty agent, right? Like, obviously he is mob affiliated. Does it have anything to do with anything? I don't know, but I thought it was a nice little like they're in Flatbush. There seems to be some mob activity over there if that's where Nikki's from. So I don't know. I thought it was a nice little tie-in. We'll see if that goes anywhere, though. Our next comment comes in from Thousand White. Loretta, woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Let's cut to a clip.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
As soon as I read that, I was immediately like, God damn, boy. Channing Tatum as Gambit in Deadpool 3. That's hilarious because she goes full Louisiana accent, full New Orleans accent, that damn Gambit accent. That's hilarious. Yeah, I read that comment and literally laughed out loud. I was like, bro, no, they didn't. No, Thousand White didn't. It has nothing, like, it's just a little meme at this point. It has nothing to do with the show. But I thought that was just utterly, if you've seen Deadpool, I mean, I played the clip, but if you've seen it makes it so much funnier. It just makes it so much funnier that she just leans right into that. And I thought that joke was just, that's so appropriate. What a great meme right there. What a great comment. That was good. Our next comment comes in from Sherry7054. This season is much better than season 4. Love Meryl's acting. Yeah, I'm enjoying this way more than season 4. There's a lot more connectivity so far. There isn't so much outrageousness going on, but we have yet to get to the end for me to pick and poke and like figure out if things are working, aren't working. But yeah, I'm enjoying this season more than the last one. There were a lot of things I didn't enjoy about the last one, especially as we got to the end. But yeah, I would say I'm enjoying this season more than season 4. And yeah, Meryl Streep, man, we got her in the first episode, the last season, and I don't think we saw her for like a hot minute till like episode, was it 6? No, 7, right? When they go to Staten Island, they with Melissa McCarthy, right? Like, she's trying to hit on Oliver, and Meryl Streep walks in and they have the fight, right? We don't see her till then, but like any time we see Meryl Streep in like this show, like, oh, she's so good. I thought she was so good. This episode, I thought that this was a great Oliver episode too. Very heart, warming, very, very good. Unlike the last season, I will say this, like, I enjoyed season 4, episode 6, season 4, episode 5 more than these last two. However, I felt nothing to the brother sisters, whereas this point we're getting time spent with Oliver and with Beryl, with Loretta, right? So like I enjoy that we're spending time with the main characters to use that time to get at some backstory, to get at some emotional points. This feels like season 1, season 2. Like this feels like real heartfelt stuff. And I really like that. So yeah, Meryl's killing the game. I love it. Our next comment comes in from Pika2754. I agree with your season 4 comment. I agree with where everyone is on your suspect board. Thank you very much. Yeah, season 4 just ended. I think the only person that and I've had this conversation with them. I think the only person that like was like all on board with season 4 is Ivan Montero. Shout out to Ivan. I hope y'all saw his new video. More of a review episode than like a breakdown and like trying to like solve it. But like, I love Ivan to death. But like, we have gone back and forth in messages, and like, I'm just not a fan of season 4. Not because we didn't get it right. We got it right. We got who the killer was, but like how we got there was crazy. There should have been 2 killers. There were so many plot holes. The shoe thing is a huge thing. The shoes don't match what was left on the fly paper. Like there was just too many inconsistencies. Like if you really want me to take this serious, you can't give me all these clues and then I solve the clue I solve for X, and then you're like, also don't pay attention to that. Also, that doesn't matter. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? The only way that season made sense is with 2 killers. Like we don't know how he dumps Saz's body in the, furnace. We don't even know who called Lester to go and fix Charles's window. Like we don't know a lot of things. So I just season 4 let me down is all I'm saying. I don't ask Ivan Montero. He'll tell you that's the greatest season of all time. He did get it right from the get-go. Just happens to he just happened to be in the right headspace in the right time. He got it. He got like not just the killer, like we got the killer, but like he got the motive. And that was wild. So shout outs to him. But like, yeah, I just think season 4 was just let's not talk about it anymore. But I'm glad that you agree with everybody on my suspect board. I think they should be there until further notice. Obviously, it's not permanent. They could move. We can move them up. We can move them down. But like, thank you for right now. Our next comment comes in from Sherry7054. How would a small kettle cause a fire? She hasn't been home to be using the kettle to cause a fire. Someone caused a fire. Why tell Oliver it was a kettle? So that's what the cops told her, right? Like that's what the fire department would have told her. That's why she told Oliver. I think the question should be, why did they tell her that was the case, right? I don't know how this works. If somebody knows firemen, a legit fireman, right, who like investigates, scenes of arson or like scenes of like fires I don't know how you dissect burnt shit to figure out like this is where the cause of the fire was, but somehow they were able to do it, right? Did somebody walk in, press it, they left it alone, put something by? I don't know. Like, right? Like a lot of y'all are saying it's so suspicious. I want to believe y'all. I really do. I hope they return to it. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know if they will. I don't think I will say this. I think somebody wrote in some other comments like maybe that has to do with like the overarching big bad and has nothing to do with this season. I'd be okay with that. If in season 6 or season 7, as the show starts to round out, somebody comes back to this moment. They're like, I caused that. So that way Loretta had to move in with Oliver. So that way Oliver has to move out, like all this like little chess pieces, 4D chess. That's kind of a cool move. I don't know. I'm still not 100% sold. Like I love y'all's comments. I love y'all's theories. I'm just not personally sold that it was on purpose yet, but it could be. Right? I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that it couldn't be. I'm just saying I'm not sold yet. I wasn't sold last year that like, Saz was completely dead for a while. So like, I'm the world's most okayest detective. I'm like okay at some of the shit, but like, I don't know. If somebody is a fireman and knows how kettles can cause fires, write it in the comments. If somebody has a friend who's a fireman, ask them that question. I want some professional information so that way we can know and be like, that checks out. Because if it doesn't check out to them, it don't check out to us. Like, there's no way, right? Next comment comes in from Lauren Harper 7571. Just came from your other video. I think she was the first one to write a comment, so I just wanted to highlight that. Thank you for coming. I think I literally posted it, and then she literally posted that comment. So it must have been like she just got done as I posted that. I think I posted this around, it had to be my time. I guess it had to be like something around like 1:30-ish, somewhere between 1 and 2 Central Time. And it popped up. So just shout out Lauren Harper. Thank you for the comment. I love, no comment is too big or too small. As y'all know, some of y'all write essays, and I definitely try to read everything, whether I write an essay back. I will tell you this. I have read everything that you guys have written. And sometimes I'm just like, no, I need to process this. This is good. Or I'm like, I need to bring this up, in a theory video, or I need to bring this up on the next breakdown video. You guys have some great thoughts. So shout out again, no comment is too big or too small. So shout out Lauren. Our next comment comes in from Loretta 3203. I don't think Lorraine killed her husband, but I'm still not sure about anyone else. What's really bothering me is why the trio isn't upset about being able to do the podcast. That makes no sense to me. Just like Mabel signing the contract without reading it, it's not like her. It still seems like they're recording the podcast. I guess you're right. They haven't showed them that they're trying to record. No, they did in this episode, right? With, they have let me play the clip right now.
Black widows, slain husbands. Swiss accounts.
Who said anything about Swiss accounts?
Yeah, you want sexy, she's serving sexy.
But yeah, they have Loretta reading the lines, right? Like they're still trying to record, some stuff. They just can't implicate the billionaires. That's what they can't do, right? So yeah, I think they're still recording. Like, just if we pay attention, I think they're still recording tidbits here and tidbits there. They're just not, that's not the focus. The focus is like everything else, which, I missed the first 2 seasons when at least we saw them like, not recording anymore, or like being like, oh, like let's step away from the mic. Let's continue to talk about the board. I think at this point, they're just like, you guys know that's happening in the background. We don't have to show you when the characters, go take a piss or something. Like, you guys know they're doing that. We don't have to show you when they eat every meal. Like, you guys know they're doing that. Let's just continue with the murder mystery. Let's continue with the journey. I think that's what they're wanting us to mean. But yeah, Mabel not reading the contract, like, this is huge. All the characters not reading the contract, and they're supposed to have lawyers and attorneys. Oh, there's some. Season 4 made me mad. This is one thing about season 5 that has made me mad. They've made some of these guys, and I think a lot of y'all called it out, Charles. A lot of y'all called out Charles in the comments being a little. He just not smart this season. God bless him. God bless him. He not thinking with his brain. He's thinking with his taking that testosterone. I don't know if you guys have taken test boosters or testosterone. I'm 37 right now. And a few years back, maybe like 6-7 years, I take test boosters because I did kickboxing and stuff like that. It's not anything crazy, but like there's definitely like a mojo momentum, I will say. I can only imagine if I'm like 70 taking a testosterone replacement therapy type of medicine, which is what he's taking. He ain't gonna be thinking straight. Like, that's not an excuse, but just like, or at least if it is an excuse, call it out. Let's find out that that's one of the side effects, because this guy he's not thinking clear. But that doesn't excuse Mabel. She should at least help these fools out. You know what I mean? That's what she's been doing all along. So good call out right there. And our last comment comes in from 117 Derek. This is a thick one too, so strap in, because it's a fun one. I understand your mixed feelings about this season's mystery. I would just say for the last couple seasons, Omit B has focused more on the guest stars than creating mind-challenging puzzles, mysteries for us to solve. I think this may be because the fans love the relationship between the trio and their interaction with the guest stars' other characters. Truth be told, Omit B is more Miss Marple and not Hercule Poirot. Regarding Loretta's apartment getting burnt down, I think it's not related to the season's murders, but with the big bad who's trying to manipulate Oliver to, quote, make a break with his past, quote, and leave the Arconia. Meaning Loretta and Oliver would do what they decided at the end of this episode, find a new place that would be their, quote, couple apartment. Most important, from the big bad's POV, with Oliver not living in the Arconia, the trio probably fall apart and stop solving murders/crimes, which I believe is the goal of the big bad, who's afraid somehow the trio will discover a major crime committed by the big bad. In fact, the trio may have already discovered pieces of the big bad's crime. As to the season's murderer, I'm sticking with my original picks. There are multiple characters involved in the killings, with the mayor and Randall having committed at least one murder. Finally, the more, quote, specialty videos you want to make, the better. I'm all in. Derek, thank you for the support. We'll just start there. Thank you for the support, man. You've been around since such a long time. I think since I was doing Death and Other Details. Y'all, when we only had like maybe almost 1,000, subscribers, this 117 Derek was out here hollering in the comments. So like, this guy's an OG with the channel. You got to show love and you got to show respect to the patrons. It's like being at a bar or a restaurant that like somebody just comes back to. It's like Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name. And like we know 117 Derek, great guy, great name, great thoughts. There's no small thoughts with every time Derek writes a comment. You better be prepared to sit there and read a little bit. He's got some thoughts, but it's always good. And I do agree. Like, this season's mystery, and I think the last couple seasons, like getting the guest stars, having them more involved, I think it does take away a little bit from the aspect. But like even season 3, like the murder mystery was still there. There were still some good elements. That was still fun. But I do like the equivalent, the analogy to more like Miss Marple and less Ed Cupo. That's I think that's like spot on. I really like that analogy. And I will say too, I think it was because of you, but like not just because of you. So many other comments that are being like, hey, like maybe the burning of Loretta's apartment has nothing to do with what's going on now, has something to do with, Jan getting a note, with Oliver's dog being poisoned, like stuff that was going on season 1, season 2, the last season. It's stuff that just so many unanswered questions. We don't have them answered, but will be answered in like a finale season. Some big bad, some big reveal. I think a lot of people still betting it's going to be Howard. I'm not going to be upset. Like that guy is him and that robot this season, bro. Are we kidding? That was weird, dude. Let's cut to a clip of that real quick.
Lester, 2:30. You got that, babe?
Gotcha, Daddy. Is that grooming?
Now, at the academy, they prepared us for a lot of stuff, but I ain't never seen no shit like this. I'm shook.
That's just weird. That is just, I don't know what to call that. But I will say, I think there's so much that this trio has stumbled upon that no matter who the big bad is, their plans are like getting foiled left and right. Maybe they know a whole bunch of secrets, but like, they're lifting up all the rocks in the forest, and like there's not a lot of places to hide, I think, at this point. So the trio's doing their job, but whoever this is trying to divert them and keep them away from really solving everything at the end of the day. And I think I would be okay if the show went that direction in the final season. I kind of just want to see that now. Like I kind of want to see it better not be Uma. Umar or Howard, like, bro, imagine they're just setting up that'd be wild, but it would make the most sense. They've been there all along. Or even Ursula, she'd been there all along. Like that'd be, the thought of it is funny, but like also if I saw it, I'm like, yep, you were on a lot of people's suspect boards a lot of years, and you finally are on the top, so I don't know. But I do like that. I do like that idea about it's not related to this. It's related to something much bigger. Derek, what a great comment. And also, too, I love the fact that you're sticking with your theory that there's multiple people involved in the killing. You've got Mayor and Randall committing at least one murder. There's a reason they're high on my suspect list, and there's a reason that I think there's 2 killers, because there just kind of has to be. There's no way one person kills Nikki, runs out of the room. We don't see them. They're chasing Lester. Like, there's no way. This has to. One person's one way, one person's another way. the mayor and Randall seem to be on a lot of people's lists. So let's see where they shake out. Let's see where they play out. But I really, really love this comment. Thank you so much, Derek. Y'all, those were all the comments that I grabbed. Hopefully we had fun in this episode. Y'all have a lot of great thoughts and a lot of great theories. And I'm not going to sit here and say that my thoughts and my theories are any better than y'all's. I just want to cheers y'all real quick, because often, a lot of the times, you guys have some shades of stuff that are correct that like I'm not even thinking of, that's not on my radar. I'm okay with this. But like, again, as I've always said, collectively as Nerdtectives together, we're amazing at this and we solve these cases. So thank y'all so much for all the comments, all the love. You know, if you like this, then we'll just keep doing this. I'll do a quick breakdown. It was actually pretty easy. I know the episode was 35 minutes, but again, that's because I be rambling. I just be rambling. I think somebody wrote like one line and I went off on like a 2-minute tangent about like whatever. That's just how I am. It's me. It's not you. You know what I mean? If we like this, if we do the breakdown where we have the recap, the clues, a couple comments, and then the suspect board, and then we do a whole bunch of comments afterwards, I'm down with it. I am A-okay. I can make space in my schedule to do that. I feel like a lot of other people, they do like multiple things throughout the week. That's all omit B content. I'm okay with being that person. If y'all okay with me talking in your ear and yapping, I'm here for it. Let's go to the bank. Let's go. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Thank y'all for just making me feel welcome to do an episode like this. Without y'all, there's not even an episode like this to be able to do. So thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for just continuing to support this channel, like, subscribing. I had to say all that. You know, I'm a YouTube person. Like, subscribe, comment. Y'all already going to do it anyways. I feel like I don't even need to tell y'all, but like, it's for like newer people who come in. Like, just a reminder, just click a like button. Like button goes a long way. A comment goes a long way. Sharing with a friend goes a long way. Subscribing goes a long way. If you're not already, I think a lot of everybody though is probably already subscribed like that. I feel like they get the notification, the video drops, and they're just like, let's go. Here's a comment, you know. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm very happy to do this again. Let's see what happens. Monday/Tuesday, right around the corner. Hopefully this is something to get you through the weekend. If you have any ideas, have any thoughts, have any clues, have any suspects that stick out, have any theories, let me know in the comments. I'll read a few of them on the next week's episode, and we'll just kind of keep doing things this way. I think this will be really fun, and I'll try to make sure I answer every single comment. Before I started recording tonight, I went through all the comments to make sure that I answered all of y'all. And again, I think that's just so important as a content creator. So if anybody out there ever wants to start a YouTube, or is currently in the process, remember, any comment that you get in, respond to it. Those people did not have to take a few seconds of their life that they're never going to get back to write a comment. So the least you could do is write a comment back, right? And it goes a long way. It goes a long way with me still as a content creator. When I see that from other content creators, I know it goes a long way with people. So just keep that in mind. It's a nice little courtesy thing, and I think in this world that's so crazy, a nice little courtesy gesture, I really think it goes a long way. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing y'all next week. I hope y'all have a great weekend. If y'all having some fun weekend plans, let me know in the comments. We can have fun. You know, I'm telling you, if I could meet everybody in person, I'd love to hear about your life, love to hear about what's going on. So let me know if they got something fun going on the weekend. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all want to follow me? I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I don't really check my Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. Yeah, it's all Money Blake Weather. If you don't want to follow me, absolutely fine. You can find me here on Nerds at Night. I might drop a theory video Tuesday like I did. That was sort of impromptu if something strikes me. But at least by next Wednesday, Thursday, I'll drop the breakdown video. And then every Friday, let's just go and we'll do a comment video. And also, I've got something in the works for right after episode 8. I've got something in the works. I don't want to reveal what it is. We're at episode 7. We're coming up, but it's something really cool. So just as we get closer, I will let y'all know what it is. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for always supporting. I'm going to go back to the Nerd Cave. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my night. I'm going to edit this, but I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank y'all so much. And like I always say, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this, I do appreciate you. And until the next episode, which is next week, I will see ya. Peace.